Turkey, the protecting power at the time, sought to avoid confrontation with Italy, leaving the Libyans to face a superior modern army on their own. Fueled by a strong sense of national pride and a natural resentment towards the colonist infidels, the Libyan popular resistance grew and spread all across the country. Using weapons of a rudimentary nature and riding camels and horses, but equipped with the powerful Bedouin will for survival and the defense of one's honor, the Libyan Mujahideen continued their brave fight against the Italians. Despite the disparity between the two camps, the Libyans proved a formidable opponent and forced the Italian invading army to call for frequent, substantial reinforcements. The Italians used airplanes and airships for the first time in war history, and villages and towns were bombarded from the air. An expedition which the Italians were boasting would be a mere adventure cruise across the Mediterranean had turned into a full-scale war that was to continue for more than 30 years and cost Italy a humiliating military defeat during the Second World War in Europe. A number of Libyan national heroes emerged. Ahmed al-Sharif, Omar al-Mukhtar, Ramadan al-Suwahli, and Suleiman al-Baruni are only a few in a long list of valiant and courageous men who were to organize and lead the Libyan national struggle, giving future generations a shining example of heroism and selfless action. As resistance grew, Italy, now firmly in the grips of the fascist Italian dictator Benito Mussolini and his ruthless generals, resorted to marauding tactics of mass arrests, detention camps, and indiscriminate killing of Libyan citizens, including women and children. Peaceful villages were raided, towns ransacked, and whole communities displaced and families wiped out. Gallows were erected everywhere. Martyrs fell by the score. Omar al-Mukhtar emerged as the most prominent leader of the Libyan Mujahideen. Joining the war at the advanced age of 60, he was to become a major symbol of the Libyan national struggle for 20 years. In September of 1931, Omar al-Mukhtar, having defied the Italian fascist invaders for nearly 2 decades, was captured and hanged publicly at Sulug near Benghazi. With the eruption of the Second World War in Europe, Italy was all but exhausted. The war ended in abject defeat for the Italian forces, and Libya came under British administration rule. The Libyan struggle for total independence was to continue, albeit through peaceful means now, for a few more years. The Libyan question was brought before the recently formed United Nations organization in New York, who on the 24th of December of 1951 adopted a resolution granting Libya full national independence and sovereignty. The state was to be a monarchy with Muhammad Idris as-Sunusi as its first king. The United Kingdom of Libya consisted of 3 federal provinces: Tripolitania, Cyrenaica, and Fezzan, with autonomous local governments. Libya was among the first Arab states to gain independence from colonial rule. The new state had a constitution and a legislative body in the shape of a parliament elected by the people. The king's powers would be symbolic, and he would rule through parliament and a council of ministers. The country entered a new phase of growth and development. At the beginning, the challenges were to prove very tough. Libya's dry climate and meager natural resources made development and progress difficult to organize and achieve. With the discovery and the production of oil during the late 50s and early 60s, the country was to undergo a truly dramatic transformation. From then on, this vital natural resource, oil, was to hold the key to all Libya's advance and development plans in all spheres. Education, health, housing, agriculture, construction, telecommunications, power generation, all demanded and received the necessary attention and investment. The country's first higher education institute, the University of Libya, was opened with faculties in both Tripoli and Benghazi. Cultural activity flourished all over the country, and a number of privately owned and run newspapers were published, heralding a new era of free speech and a fertile cultural life. Farming, trade, and private enterprise were all encouraged and supported. The economy had started to grow on solid foundations. Libyans were looking forward to a prosperous and bright future in a rapidly advancing world. In September of 1969,